He's going to school.
Monday night prime time. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9?
And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So the Charger offense making its way out, and at the controls is the league's second leading passer a year ago. At 25 years of age, out of Oregon, it's Justin Herbert.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. But he only threw 1 touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. We might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Herbert now. That's going to be caught. It's Palmer. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down.
And defensively here, it's hard to overlook the fact that this is an offense that's dead last in the NFL in rushing. So this back 7's going to be tested. Heck, might be more of a back 8. No doubt about that. And they surrender the catch here and the first down.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
Talk about so far so good. Right now they are purring like a high-quality sports car. You name it, they're getting it done. What's the definition of balance? Doing what you want to, when you want to. They're doing it through the air and on the ground.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 11 carries, 52 yards.
And I know that last week's game is over, but this feels almost like a continuation of what he did in the previous game. It's almost as if in his mind he knitted together the 2 weeks with no break. He's off to a nice start here.
Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
1st and goal. A chance for an early statement here on the road. Justin Herbert looking to pass. He's got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Chargers. Josh Palmer, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. But the new-look Jets ready to go on offense, and it is the veteran Aaron Rodgers at quarterback.
After years of flirting with the idea, the 4-time MVP finally found his way out of Green Bay this offseason, guiding himself to the Jets. We know he's already a Hall of Fame lock, but this is a chance to add one more crowning achievement to his resume.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd and 6. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. They fake the give. Now Rodgers.
Oh, he rifles one, that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. Running on first down, Eckler.
And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. First down, and they stick with Eckler. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and are controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about when we did see pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle?
Herbert on third down now. And that is incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. Fourth down.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And this one is right through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Back on the field come the New York Jets for their second drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
26.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney.
They'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 24-yard line.
To throw is Rodgers.
There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
The numbers for him from a week ago. Now you figure that he'll probably be a big factor in this one as well.
No question about it, partner. We just saw it right there. They want to get him the ball in space and see what he can do after the catch.
Rodgers now on first down. Then able to find Allen Lazard. 23 yards on the play.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go.
Second quarter now from MetLife Stadium. The Jets with the football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Cook.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. They run again on first down. Cook. And he'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4.
They run it again with Cook. And he is going to lose yardage here. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Rodgers.
He has a man. It's complete to Wilson.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Cook going to take this down just short of the goal line. He got 3, but could not get the ball over the chalk. Again, it's Cook pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Cook.
And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. And no move to take the offense on the field. They're going to stay out there and go for it. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown.
Dalvin Cook hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Jets' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Zerline good with a PAT. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line. The offense heading back out as we take a closer look at Austin Ekeler.
He's been effective so far, over the 40-yard mark here in the second quarter. Don't forget about those guys up front, though. They've been effective, too.
The leverage game has been in their favor. They've been the ones who've been able to bend their knees, drop their hips, and get a little bit lower than the guys on the other side of the football. And they've moved them out of the way for the runner.
Sometimes that's tough for those big fellas.
Not an easy thing for them to do.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. A shotgun snap for Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the 50, here's Herbert. And that will be incomplete.
I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Now motion left with Mooney.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down.
And that is too far out in front. He couldn't haul it in. Incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Davis now to return it. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over.
Austin Ekeler and the Charger offense reclaim center stage.
It may just be the second quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. 7 yards there on the first down screen play.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out, and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
They'll set up to run the quarterback draw.
And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
Oh, boy, kind of hold your breath here because Justin Herbert, he appears to be in some discomfort after that last play.
We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out.
Sitting right around the midpoint of the season, on pace for 1,000 yards. Good year so far, and I'm sure film study being devoted to him a little bit more on the other side.
They have to, because the pace that he's carrying right now, if you're pushing 1,000-yard pace as a receiver, that means he warrants your attention. And right now, precision is going on with their offense. Kind of like that timepiece you wear on your wrist, you know, that good stuff. Got to knock that off somehow. Chip away at that timing, change things up a little bit, and make them go to other things and make them do those things better.
Yeah, trying to make him uncomfortable. Not many teams have been able to do that so far this year.
Any questions of how they'd approach this drive were answered right there. They come out throwing, and they get a nice pickup here toward the end of the first half.
Hey, take 26. Jam. Hey, 88.
On first down, Rodgers.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing is Rodgers. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
26. 50.
To throw, it's Rodgers. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Give them credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talked about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
Returnable here for Davis. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the Falcons who were able to pick up the victory at home. Desmond Ridder, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Daniel Jones, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Najee Harris. What a game. 3 touchdown runs in the victory. Both these teams, no doubt, making their final halftime adjustments as we speak. And for the call of the second half, we get it back out to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Now the Jets going to take over on offense to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And the defense closes quickly there. He'll get maybe a yard to the 33.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll go for it. It's a Campbell. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Abanikanda on 1st and 10. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Consecutive positive runs for him on the last 2 snaps. He certainly appears to be trying to put the offense on his back and just move them down the field when his number is called. The way he's running it, I'd keep going back to him.
Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Cook up the gut. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Cook. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
Go to 50. Hey, you block over here. Jump out.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. We'll get an update. Turn to MetLife Stadium. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Here's Herbert. He's got his man. That's Everett, the tight end. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Herbert off of play action. And this is going to be incomplete. The Jets defense making things difficult there. 4th down. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. This is a counter play. Eckler. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
On 2nd down, Eckler. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Herbert wants to throw it on 3rd and 1. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. Eckler will take this into the end zone for a Charger touchdown. And they would not be denied on the ground, powering it in just one play after they got stopped short.
And how about how many tight ends were on the field? Because in today's NFL, we think of the tight end more as a pass catcher. But this group, they tell them you've got to be able to run block to stay on this team. And they committed to it and got it done right there.
Here's Isaiah Rodgers to return. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The New York set to take the field.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on 4th down, didn't get it. Then they give up the touchdown. So now you feel like they really need to respond here.
They certainly do, but let's face it. Sometimes when you take that risk, you understand if you fail, a little more onus goes back on your ball club to try and pick themselves back up.
Rodgers now on 1st down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers.
Taken in left side, it's Wilson.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. And between the last 2 plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Completes it to Hardman. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the 4th quarter.
In motion left, Hardman.
26, 150, 630. Hey, Mike, get 300, get 300.
Rodgers to throw once more.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see.
He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown.
From 17 yards out.
And the Jets have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
Zerline connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick.
And Davis content just to bring this out to the 25-yard line.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
21.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
That's completed right side to Palmer.
And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 46, here's 2nd and a yard. Herbert will give this one to Eckler.
He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches.
Baylor tight.
They'll try the right side with Eckler. And now off to the races, down the right side. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big pickup of 38.
And that's the type of run that they're looking for because they'll need to continue to rely on him to move the sticks in this tight game in order to preserve this lead.
Now it's Herbert. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
The former 3rd overall pick, Quentin Williams, there to bring him down.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Herbert.
Slam left, going to be caught by Palmer.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got it 3rd and goal now as they look for that final touchdown to salt this one away.
Now they'll try and set up the quarterback draw here.
So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Here we go, a big play in a tight game late. They're going on 4th and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
Dicker down, attack on the extra point.
And his guys will take a 10-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all.
And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. So now Rodgers with a new team, but in a spot he's been before. Down by 10, and time, a huge factor. And they're in danger of a third straight loss as they come up on 1st and 10. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Hey, 88, 88, 88. Flip it in.
Back to throw, Rodgers. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the first down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
And this is 4-down territory here. They know down 2 scores at this late stage, 10-yard passes aren't going to do it. So they took the shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Rodgers to throw. Locates Mooney on the out route. Here's a 2nd and 7. To throw is Rodgers. That's pulled in by Wilson. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Here's Rodgers to throw. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Cook, they'll try and run it. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. And this is going to be taken in by the Chargers, and it appears they're going to win this football game. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
What a finish in this one, Charles.
Winner. No. Winner. Look at that. No. Winner. Winner. No. Winner. Winner. No. Look at that. No. Look at that. Winner. Winner. No. Winner. No. Winner. No. Winner. No. Winner. No. Look at that. No. Winner. 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 No. Winner. No. Look at that.